Pine here. A Pine House like playing games, react to stuff. Play to things or play like gotcha? Well, I got you covered. In today's wonderful day, we're reading the dev notes. The June developers dev notes came out recently, and we're gonna be checking them out. Before I begin, this is streamed live on Twitch. Find out our journey at twitch.com. With that in mind, let's go ahead and read them out. Oh, I'll go try that a little bit. Hello, commanders. It's me. I cannot say your name, and I'm not gonna try to butcher it. The director of Goddess of Victory, NIKKE. I don't know how to say their name, so I'm not gonna try to butcher their name. So I'm just gonna say the CEO of Victory, NIKKE. We have prepared developers' notes to explain the development team matches the future response plans as quickly as possible and reviewing various opinions we have received regarding Senti's favorite item. In addition, we also share updates and improvements currently being following the summer event. So, for those of you who don't know, essentially what's going on is Senti's favorite item wasn't... They were going to try to put Senti's favorite item into the thing and update it and make it viable, but then it broke the game. So they had to like take it out before they could update the game properly. So this is an interesting read through, so we're gonna be reading it and see what their plans are. First of all, since Senti's favorite item update last February, many of you asked about the upgrades direction to Senti's favorite item and what intentions behind the favorite item's effect renewal. This is the first time effects of favorite item have been renewed. I believe this is something that the commanders may be particularly curious about. Therefore, before explaining details, I would like to explain the development's team overall direction for producing favorite items. Okay, so we're actually gonna get we're actually gonna be getting into the mindset. Lovely. In Goddess of Victory, NIKKE, we strive to ensure that each character has many viable options uses as possible. I don't know about that one, Chief, but okay, I'll roll with it. Also, as this is a game that showcases the stories and charms of various characters, we believe this direction should be supported by the combat balance as well. Okay. In NIKKE, we consider it important that characters can be used across various content in relatively long periods after being acquired. There's a couple of characters I call no about that. But, okay, moving on. Anyway. Epinol crying in the corner. Anyway, actually, she's not even being used at all. What am I saying? You can just see Epinol crying in the corner going, ah! Anyway. Let's see. In the strategy guys, community... Sorry, I skipped the step. Did I skip a thing? Hang on. In NIKKE, we consider characters after required. Even the characters not part core meta. Teams are given opportunities to use it against specific situations. Okay, yeah, but you're like the thing, yeah, because you've been doing some wonky stuff. But anyway. Yeah, as far as well. Why am I losing my space? I'm just gonna highlight stuff to make it easier. In NIKKE, we consider it important that the character can be used across various specific situations. Even if it can no longer show its former status, we as the development team feel quite a sense of pride whenever we see NIKKEs like Litter and Scar being featured in content. Litter is still good in solo raids, that's the thing. There's nothing really to replace Litter. Scarlet, he's still good as an early clear, so I can see that, yeah. In strategies and community discussions, it is natural that mainly the NIKKEs employed as tier 1 and the most regularly used NIKKEs are mentioned. Okay, I like how they're actually using like the tier trackers. Okay, I like that. However, when development teams look to balance, we must consider a much broader scope. We recognize some characters have not yet recruited a significant number of NIKKEs, and we believe there is also a need for NIKKEs who can fill the gap as certain cores are unavailable. Okay, from that, it sounds like that what they're doing, I haven't read all of it. It sounds like what they're implying here is that they want to focus on NIKKEs that you probably get early. That you probably, like basically the ones that are not like banner specific. So they don't want to give them too early. So basically, like people like Sora, for example, you probably didn't get Sora right away, but you probably got Milk or something like that. Okay, I get it. So that's like you get the. This is why the development team looks to balance not only in teams of the top tier meta composition, but also ensure that the meaningful choices exist in various progression stages and roster situations. From this perspective, we also had the intention to create a place for PvE content for commanders who primarily enjoy arena that is PvP. One representative example in this direction patches Moran. Yes, Moran was like the most perfect balance, and I would argue, just do that. Like, I'm being dead serious, Shift Up. Dead serious here. Just make that quotation. If a Rapture shows up, the ability activates. That fixes so many issues. Like, I'm being dead serious here. If you just made it in Senti's that kit, like, no matter how cruddy, how weird the kit is, if you said this effect only activates when a Rapture is on the field, then it would have been fine. But yeah, Signified item was also produced with the same consideration in mind. Incineration in mind. Senti is a NIKKE who has long been primarily used in PvP. Even not the same extent as Moran, we hope that her pick rate in PvE would at least increase compared to before, and that she be treated as one of the more viable choices among NIKKEs that are fully defensive roles. Okay. However, after the actual update, the effect fell short of expectations. Yeah, because a lot of people just said the favorite item doesn't really work. Yeah. As well, research analysis centered around PvP, where Senti had primarily excelled in the past, and additional issues were identified in the process. What changed from a shield to individual shields, a situation occurred where opposing commanders in arena could actually acquire burst gauge faster. Basically, yeah. Basically, what they're saying is like they wanted to make it to where Senti's more tanky, but in so doing so, they gave the team ample time to burst, because that's how arena works pretty much in the PvP setting. You want to make it to where you burst first and ask questions later. While the development team pursued the balancing aim to improve PvE usability, during the ability, we felt that the sufficiently by the into to decrease usability during the PvE process. I don't even think she's really useful on PvE either. Yeah. To include it, it is fair to say that there was a clear design flaw in Senti's favorite item that went beyond the development team's original intentions. Okay, then explain Milk. Like, well, okay, Milk did what she intended, I guess, but yeah. Anyway, to conclude, it is fair to say that there was a clear design flaw in Senti's favorite item that went beyond, yeah. Although each NIKKE's favorite item has various degrees of efficiency increase, in Senti's case, this really could hardly be considered an improvement in efficiency. Yes. So we made an unavoidable decision to renew the favorite item skill for the first time. Okay. The purpose of Senti's favorite item's renewal was especially secure that its utility in PvE, as originally intended, and ensure the development team's intentions are adequately conveyed through the performance of gunplay experience. In this process, to ensure the intention of PvE capabilities could be more clearly communicated to commanders, even though text alone, we chose to provide some offensive benefits as well. And this is the reason why the renewed effect on Senti's favorite item has a different concept compared to the previous item effects. Okay. Additionally, to resolve the issue with reduced visibility in PvP, we are preparing to revert the shield's operation logic to its original format. Okay, good. So they're basically saying, okay, we understand we're screwed up. We're just getting rid of the shield. They're not all being shields. We determine it was necessary to ensure that way sending can be used previously would not be easily undermined. We wanted to clarify during this process we had no intention of making adjustments that would disadvantage specific content or specific commanders. No, I don't think anybody really. I mean, that's a good thing to put a catch-22 on, but I don't think anybody really was sent to that. I think they were just saying, oh, you tried to buff and you failed. I don't think you were trying to do that, but it's good you said that. But yeah. On the contrary, we want to make it clear that we spent a significant amount of time deliberating how to provide more meaningful utility to both favorite item and Senti. Yeah, because her bond story was really well. Her favorite item story was really good. And it really sucked because you get the good story and then it's like we can't use it. However, apart from the judgment, there was clearly a shortcoming of communication and schedule coordination. Senti's favorite was updated in February and was determined it would be best to address before the next scheduled favorite item update in July. Now that it's June, we rushed to expedite the improvements, only announced these changes a day before of the June 11 patch. And the Union raid starting on June 12th, commanders did not have sufficient time to review the details and prepare accordingly. Okay, so it was a lot. So they try to get it done, and then they try to rush it in, but they're like, yeah, let's back it up. Next, we like to share improvements to Senti's favorite. This is a lot. Okay, anyway. Next, we like to share our future improvement plans for Senti's favorite item. The main issue was that the update was being prepared without added explanation. So instead to maintain the overall direction and intended modification for Senti's favorite item. We still believe it's necessary to expand Nikke's usability through favorite items, allowing Nikkes who are previously primarily used for PvE to have meaningful roles in PvE as well. Thus, directional improvements will proceed planned, with the focus securing PvP because of usability. Okay, so they're basically going to make it to where she's more PvP usable. However, rather than applying previously announced stats as is, we will review them once more. Okay, good. Okay, so basically what they're saying, rather than apply the previously announced stats as is, we will review them once more in meticulous detail. This will solve discrepancies between the expected strength based on the announcement text and the result of actual balance tests conducted internally. Huh. So basically they wanted her to be OP, yet it didn't work. And that's what I'm guessing here. That's what it looks like. Interesting. But since many commanders have expressed concerns that these changes might still be too much, we will not take long and we'll examine the aspect together. In addition, we believe that there are also commanders who are hoping the enhancements or some other buffs for team PvP through the favorite item. Therefore, we'll review together how to add features to slightly more meaningful PvP as well. The scheduled timer for these improvements is late July. We will provide detailed information in a future update notice. Okay. Good. So basically, they're literally trying to make her more balanced, and they're saying, "Look, we want to make Senti usable. Yeah. They want to make her a mighty tool." Okay, I had to say it. Anyway, once again, we sincerely apologize for the inconvenience and the confusion caused to your gameplay. Though the incident, we have reconfirmed the areas the development team must examine more carefully. Favorite items are not simply a stat adjustment, but a process of readjusting the utility and perception of Nikkes that have been commanders for a long time. Yeah, because you can get Senti pretty early, pretty much. Therefore, we deeply recognize the development team's intentions alone are not enough, and we must take broader perspective and prepare more thoroughly for the actual impact it will have on the gameplay environment. We take this experience to heart and strive to make a better results move forward. Okay. I see Kasaboni knows. We'll get that in a minute. My thoughts about this. If you make Senti more usable, it's fine. It looked like what you were all trying to do, some people were trying to do, you were trying to make her a crown. In a sense, people were kind of commenting that it was just kind of like a crown in a sense. I will say this again. I really like the idea of if there's a rapture present, if Shift Up can just keep doing that, I guarantee you this will be 10 times better. Just keep making it to where if a rapture is present, and then that way you should be fine. I think that might be what they're doing here, maybe, because I really like the idea is if a rapture spawns, because then that way you just don't mess with the kids. And you can just make an alternate kid and say, hey, this effect kicks in, but then they're still good for PvP. But it does sound like in this, they want to make it to where her abilities activate regardless. So I'm interested. Okay, here we go, the skins. Okay, I got this on the skins on Twitter, but I'm actually excited about this. We would like to provide an advance notice regarding the vote for the free costumes. Who took first place in this year's popularity poll? Just before, we prepared the set of commanders can directly choose for their favorite items of 3 design contests. We have finalized them the concept that received the most votes and realized its free costume at a later date. The themes of the costumes have been centered around popular things the commanders are already familiar with. We realized 3 design contests in advance along with the developer notes, so please feel free to take a look and see which when the vote begins. Voting is scheduled to start on the 17th, which Actually, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's 17th their time or 17th like actual time. But anyway, I think it's actual time for them. But anyway, okay. So these are the costumes. We have the lovely, lovely. Can I save these? Actually, can I zoom in on this? Nope, that's me scrolling down. Okay. Oh wait. Oh, that's me. Okay. There we go. We can just do that. Okay. That's the first one. I'm not downloading it. Calm down. We'll just go one. Okay, that one's kind of cute. That one's kind of cute. What is that? Go away. Then we got. Hey yo. Hey yo, that one. Which one is it? No, what's it? There it is. Hey yo. That's actually looking kind of good. That one's actually looking good. But the commander's pillow, that's the prince pillow, that's actually really. Why are you there? Go away. And then we got this one. I know a lot of people are gonna hate me about this. Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna say this right now because I understand. Okay, I understand. Eerily similar to Blancs. A little bit. Like one could argue that she does look. Hang on, let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. God, I want to put my money where my mouth is. I already heard that. Like, yes, there is a similarity to Blanc in a sense. That's almost Blanc to the T, actually, now that I look at it. That being said, okay, that being said, I mean, I can really see the similarities. It does look like on here she would have more of a stocking here, which Blanc can go right. If you look right here, you kind of see the stocking. Or, I'm gonna be frank, I like Cindy in this. Like, I like her in that Cindy out. I like it. I'm sorry, I like it way too much. I think it looks very good in that outfit. She looks absolutely fantastic in this. I am very sorry. So I might be voting Bunny. I'm sorry! I like you too much in the Bunny outfit. She looks really good in that one. But, yeah. Alright. Back to reading. So, yeah. But, yeah. The main one is really good. And I do like the little upsuit, but I'm sorry. That look with the bunny skin, it's it looks very good. I'm sorry, I like that. I might be voting that. Also, this one looks like it might cover. All right, I'm using that. I'm using that card. I'm sorry. This looks like it's gonna cover. I'm gonna say that this one's better. But anyway, next one. Anyway, the summer event and live stream guide. The main deal of the summer event will be revealed through a live stream. The live stream is scheduled in sometime in June. Yeah, if I had to guess, and I could be wrong about this, everyone, it might be scheduled during hard mode, because that would make the most sense. So yeah, it's probably gonna be announced next week. Probably, we'll see. But we'll probably get like an announcement after part 2 of the story of Arc Ranger drops, and then we'll get it. While the annual live stream tends to be a bit more understated compared to the anniversary live stream, the summer event has always been a great opportunity to create memories of many NIKKEs. And we are preparing this year's event to be commanders to will find it well. We humbly request your anticipation of upcoming live stream. Writing developers are right before a live stream is actually quite challenging because we want to preserve the joy and during live stream. It is difficult to decide how much content should be covered in developers' notes. Today exactly one of those days. However, we also felt that it wouldn't be ideal without little information dev notes. Therefore, in the following section, we would like to provide an advance notice of some post-summer event updates improvements that will not be revealed during the live stream. Right. Therefore, in the following section, we would like to provide advance notice of some post-summer event improvements that are not... Okay, so basically they're giving us in. Main Story 4748. The update for Main Story 4748 is scheduled in August. Main is currently reaching a significant turning point. We have been cautious as most through the details most wars, but this shot will serve as a starting point with a full-scale preparation began ahead of a major battle. Oh. Which major battle? Okay, so here's the thing, though. This is like a preparation for the battle. I have a feeling this might go for a while. Why am I questioning stuff? Stop it. Stop it. Thank you. Okay, anyway. Here's the thing, because I can't see us fighting Lilith or the Queen until we get everybody together. So that's I'm very interested to see where we're going with it. Because this actually might be a long setup chapter. We'll see. Harmony Cube battery exchange. Plan activated allows you to exchange surplus batteries acquired after reaching cube level 15 through another types of cube battery set ratio. Thank you! We needed this! Harmony cubes are now being used in much more diverse ways in the past, accordingly. The types of batteries require vary depending each commander's team. Coming to the strategy to prevent surplus batteries from accumulating excessive for cubes that reach level 15, we are preparing the exchange feature. Good. The Harmony Cube battery exchange feature will be available only for batteries for cubes that have reached level 15. Additionally, there are no plans to expand additional uses of cube batteries after reaching level 15. Therefore, we hope commanders can exchange these surplus cubes. Okay. August as a okay, so is there gonna be an event right before? Okay, August. Okay, what is so much in August? So wait, no, the summer update would happen before August, right? It would happen in July. We'll say anyway. Increase Harmony Cube battle royals. Along with the Harmony Cube battery exchange rate, we plan to increase. Okay, so this is all in August. It looks like Harmony Cube batteries. Through the adjustment, we aim to support commanders in developing a wider variety of cubes and strategically selecting the utilized cubes based on different situations. For Union Raid, Harmony Cube batteries were previously not included in the standard clear range rewards. But through these improvements, we plan to add batteries as a clear rewards as well. Additionally, the amount of Union cubes awarded through ranking rewards will be increased, making it easier to purchase batteries through the Union shop. Oh, we're still already. The battery rewards for clearing stage 1 through 7 will increase as well. Thank you. This selection of Harmony cubes become increasingly significant depending on the team organization and content. We have to increase activation of their first cube development to distribute utilization. Okay. Union Raid improvements. Regarding Union Raid, we are prepared to follow the improvements targeted to August update. Support simulation record saving feature. I don't remember that one. Addition of feature allowing players to review the play in advance. Okay. The support checking damage dealt in normal and hard stage 1 3, similar to hard stage 4. Okay. Addition of features in the short raid records of the nickname and the highest score. Okay. Improvements allow players to check the Union log. Okay, yeah. Union raid is highly popular content consistently enjoyed by many commanders. As a content that requires multiple commanders to cooperate together, we believe it is crucial to provide an environment where commanders can easily track not only their visual records, but also overall progress in Union. For this update, we prioritize the implementation of a convenience feature that can be applied immediately. Going forward, we'll continue to monitor inconveniences related to Union raid and make ongoing improvements so you can enjoy the core more easily. I'm gonna read that in a minute. That caught my eye. Increased visibility for coordinated operation status. I swear, if you're actually adding the button that we're meme about, I'm gonna cry. Following the previous mentioned convenience improvements to Union raid, we plan to proceed the improvements related to coordinated operation as well. Prior to that, an update scheduled in late July will apply improvements to make the state combat operation more intuitive. Currently, you must enter the event phase to check progress. As this is still in development and adjust phase, it is difficult to provide a clear explanation of what exact method we'll use, but we hope the improvement will make it easier for the status coordinating operations. Let's add a flipping button. Please add a flipping button. We've been wanting a flipping button for ages. Okay. Added a quick use feature for boxes. We plan to add a feature that allows you to conveniently use multiple consumable boxes, such as core dust, battle data, credit, and skill materials in bulk for your inventory. However, not all items will be included in the quick use feature. Boxes that require you to manually select the rewards you receive will be excluded from the quick use feature. Additionally, while this may vary depending on each commander's criteria, box items that even have the slight potential collection value will also be excluded from the quick use feature. Good! Thank you! So basically, like the ones in the cakes and stuff. This measure is intended to prevent a situation where the collection of boxes items... Sorry. Getting rid of something. Thank you. That actually might be what causes the lag. I just realized that. If you were the cloud or consume it intentionally, even when using a locked feature. Now, even about using the quick feature, this is still possible to accidentally using consume items that you intended to save manually using items directly inventory. Therefore, if there is a queue item you wish to keep separately, we highly recommend using the lock feature. Okay, so this one will be the late July update. Okay. Improvements to the friend and social point acquisition. We also plan to improve the method of acquiring social points to the friend system. Friendship! This existing send social points feature was sufficiently serving its purpose just once per day. On the other hand, the receive social points feature often displayed red dots multiple times a day, place unnecessary burden on the... Okay, the reason I'm laughing about this, the red dot, I think they're talking about that thing where I gotta get it. After this improvement, if you tap the social point send button once, no further taps will be required for the rest of the day. Thank you. But it lasts of a hassle. This feature, okay, so basically they just make it to one tap done. Instead of, okay, so for context here, you had to keep going back in and receive your stuff. It's somebody like, say for example, somebody sent you like a friend thing and they haven't done it right away. You had to go back in. Gosh, that was so irritating. Anyway, in closing, today's developer notes was originally written to share regarding Senti's favorite items, but we also have several other important announcements. Developer notes has ended to be quite long and expected. Regarding Senti's favorite item, given that we caused confusion among commanders, we thought it would be appropriate to explain them more calmly and clearly. Aside from the details regarding Senti's favorite item, we worked hard to keep other content concise and focused solely on central information. We hope the developer's note does not come across as overly plain. No, it's fine. It was informative. This year, as well as a brand new support for Affection NIKKE, showing by our commanders, entire development has been working even greater motivation. We will not take any we will not take any feedback or criticism you send to us lightly. We will continue to review and make improvements to minimize disappointment and provide a better experience for everyone. There is still an interesting story waiting for you in the remaining part 2 of the Arc range, so we hope you enjoy the rest of the content. We're all grateful for the commanders, and we love Goddess of Victory. We do! Thank you! Okay, very good. Not the longest one, but thank goodness, because this is the first one, so you gotta give me the credit here. A lot of good features that we're actually gonna be looking forward to. Again, I gotta say, Rabbit Girl, I'm sorry, it's gotta be her. I gotta have Cinderella. Cindy is just, I gotta do it. I gotta vote for the Rabbit Girl when it comes out. She probably won't win, or maybe she will. We'll see. But yeah, although that Maid one is really good, but I think I'm gonna be the one to say I am going to go with Rabbit Girl. But yeah, very good one. I am excited for the live stream. I think, like I said, it is going to be dropped probably next week, because I can't see anyone else do it, because usually they would drop an announcement probably on Saturday, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, very good improvements. The friend thing is a nice improvement too. I am looking forward to seeing what Senti is gonna look like in a future thing. That's gonna be interesting. But yeah, that was a very fantastic update. Sorry I was a little rusty reading these and stuff like that. Yeah, it was just kind of one of those things I was trying to read. This is my first time doing it. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. And sorry my model was losing tracking here. Let me do that. There you go. But yeah, if you like what you saw, leave a comment, subscribe, ring the bell for more. Let me know what you think of the dev notes. Do you like them? Do you hate them? There'll probably be more of these. I do like this one. There wasn't really much to talk about, just about the Senti thing. But yeah, this was streamed live on Twitch, Pioneersgarden at twitch.com. To see when I go live, go ahead and follow, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. And also follow me on Twitch. I post memes semi-regularly, and I announce when I go live, so you can know when I go live, and you can catch these live. With that in mind, I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Pine.